Is this mouse extinct? It kind of looks like a mouse that's been preserved in ice for a few thousand years, but it's actually just a regular old house mouse, and it's not extinct at all. It's just an example of what we might be able to do with this technology. In 2023, a company called Colossal Biosciences used CRISPR gene editing to alter mice DNA so their fur grew longer and thicker, kind of like a woolly mammoth, and it is one of the first functional genetic tests of trying to bring extinct traits back into living animals. Woolly mammoths went extinct about 4,000 years ago, but we have their DNA because they were preserved in ice. And scientists have used that DNA to identify the genes that help them survive in the cold. One of those genes, called NAMT, makes an enzyme that helps produce something called cyclic AMP, which is involved in a bunch of cellular processes, especially in response to cold temperatures. By turning up the activity of this gene, Colossal was able to make the mice better adapted to cold temperatures. But why use mice? Aren't they just kind of small and furry? Well, yeah, but also they reproduce quickly and they have fully sequenced genomes, so they're a good model organism, basically a faster way to test things that would otherwise take longer to test in larger animals. In this case, the woolly mouse shows us that the mammoth genes do actually work in a modern mammal. But the craziest part is that the woolly mammoth is just one example. There are tons of other genes from tons of other extinct animals that we could try to put into living animals, and this could be great for de-extinction efforts, like bringing back the woolly mammoth or the passenger pigeon, but it can also help with conservation. Biology. By giving endangered animals the genes that would help them survive things like climate change, we could potentially save species that are currently at risk of extinction. Although there is a lot more to consider, like the ethics of altering an animal's genome and the fact that most of these animals have been extinct for a very long time. Meaning that even if we could bring them back, they wouldn't be the same animals that roamed the earth thousands of years ago. If you like optimistic science and tech stories, stay tuned for more.